Hello everybody, Messageri here with the final episode of Season 4 of the BeamNG Drive Career Mode RLS Career Season Playthrough Season. A little bit bittersweet. We get to move on to some new things, see some awesomeness, but we've done a lot here. I know it took a little bit of a break for a moment there. Game's going to be a little up and down. I don't have fully all vehicles in because I struggled for about 3 hours trying to get them to all load in and cooperate, the game not crash and having issues. Oh my goodness, I've been to the point where I've got some textures for cars that are just not there because I think maybe they're corrupt or something at this point. But the majority of it is all here. Everything is okay. I did have to turn off reflections at least to make sure we had a little bit of, I guess, some performance to it. Not that it's great, but I'm going to try to keep things kind of slow moving. So we'll start on over here. We'll go through the cars, and then we'll also go ahead and take them all for drives. So, of course, we have my track Miramar here. Things not stock, not standard, not the usual track edition. Pretty good, pretty quick, pretty fun. Nice little deal. It is pretty light. I also will pop on the UI when we go to drive vehicles, and we'll be able to see the weight, the power, the torque curve, all that kind of good stuff I've got on because we are actually in free roam. So all of these vehicles have already been saved, and they are ready to go into the pack that you can find in the Discord. But yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one here. We got my favorite in BeamNG, the Pessima. This is two-door SR Tech, so it has the SR Tech in it. Very nice, fast rally edition style type car, and it definitely could use some more improvement and work. Definitely something that I could do in the future is go back and tweak these cars, but as it stands, they're pretty drivable. Car's pretty good. Of course, here we have the Bruckle Civetta Legrand. I got a little bit of hate for that I seen. A couple of dislikes on the videos. Like, well, it is. It actually is. It is a Civetta edition. Mods and stuff, you know. But yeah, it's a very nice all-wheel drive, fast little street cruiser type of a car. Very good. Here we have an ETK K-Series. And this guy is our diesel drifter. Very powerful, very powerful. Maybe a little too much, but it definitely has zero issues getting things moving and sliding around. And on over here, and we got one of the Monica LDs. This is the second gen type of a deal here. And it's more, again, of a street cruiser, race car type of a deal. We have semi-slicks basically on there. You know, a standard kind of a deal, the wing. We got the Midnight Racing Team livery thing that comes with when I bought the car. Has some stickers and goodies like that. So it's a pretty nice deal. Twin turbo, a little bit above the standard deal. We got the other ETK here, I-Series, and this is the other rally edition. And it's kind of got that sea glass-like color. So I figured, why not, right? It's got Aquatica on it, so it's got to have that. This is a pretty fast rally car. Compared to the Pessima, probably faster. But it still isn't perfect, necessarily. So yeah, we're definitely getting through, though, with a lot of the missions. I tried to get through that. Did not work out. I had to give up. I just had to. It was not going to happen for those rally missions. Now, here we have... This is an Abisha Corvette. I think it's the KLJP mod that does this kind of stuff. I can't remember. I know it's in part of the career collection pack with the cars and parts stuff. So if you're really looking into it, that's where you can find it the easiest. Of course, we know what this is kind of based off of. And this thing is, I want to say around the 350 horsepower, 300 horsepower mark. Pretty good deal. I do want to add some sway bars, you know, make it stiffer. That way it definitely be more racy. Right now it's kind of like a fast car with sticky tires, with standard suspension in a way. It's how it drives. Here we got a little street cruiser, and by that I don't mean fast at all. It is kind of standard. It is a convertible BX series, so a little bit of something unique there. We're able to actually put down the top, drive around, get some wind. Very nice. I did like the look and idea of that. And then we've got our first gen Monica LD here. So the whole like naming system for these cars is kind of confusing for the Monica LD system, because then we can see Gaia on there, but it's Monica LD, but then it shows something else within the career menu when you go to buy the car and stuff like that. And then oh my goodness, it's a little confusing, but they're good cars. So it's well worth it anyway. I mean, they're very nice interior, everything like that, very good. So another little race car. This is an actual race car, something to take around on the track. We'll be definitely driving these cars in their respective locations. The Japanese ones will have to find a Japanese track. You know, Europeans will go over on the Nordschleife, and I need to find an American track yet as well. I'm trying to find something good. But for now, I might just do West Coast on the racetrack there, because I know it pretty well as well. Here, we got, of course, our Gavril Bastion, was it? Trying to remember. I don't play with the older cars too often, but this was, yes, the Barstow. The Barstow. My goodness, I am. Yeah, see, I don't play with them a lot. It is a Barstow, and it has a nice beefy motor, has semi-slick tires on it. These are like almost not legal at all to run on the street. This thing moves, and it does very well considering for its age and everything, and it makes an amazing noise. We'll get to drive that and see that here in a few moments. We're gonna have to go through a couple more though first. So this is the ETK 900, part of the ETK 900 mod that is not stock to the game, so very lower friendly though with the 900 series. This is like an uplift of the 800, kind of the newer deal. This is another drifter based on a standard drift config that you can get, and I bought, but I had done some extra stuff to it to make it a little bit quicker, feel a little bit better, and drive a little bit better. Then we got, of course, the 800 series, and this is another modded car in a way. So the ETK 800 is standard, the body is standard, but as far as performance, this is the Rocket E edition, if I remember correctly. So we see 846, but that's really the only badge that we have, but this is both electric and internal combustion ICE. So you could cruise around real nice and slow and chill in the city with the electric. Doesn't really move too fast. You can kind of change that, tweak that, you know, settings and stuff in tuning, which is pretty awesome to see. But yeah, it's not exactly super fast, just electric. But once you kick in that motor and they're both running, that thing rockets. It lives up to its name. We got both the Abishu Saga, and this is the Zenith right here. So the Zenith is kind of built a little bit like a sleeper build. Nothing that's insane. I think we're probably 200 to 300 horsepower wind if I had to guess. Just a little bit of go juice to it, nothing too bad. I'm trying to recall if I ever did put tires onto it. I don't think we did. I think they are stock tires as well, but it is charged, I'm pretty sure I remember correctly. And then here we've got basically racing slicks on this car as well for the Saga. And this is another street runner type of a deal. Very nice, quick, moves around, gets around, but it doesn't look too much like it would have as much go as it really does, to put it simply. Kind of a sleeper build in a way. You know, you look at the rims and you kind of think, oh, this is nothing too crazy. Till it zips past you. And then, of course, we have a Civetta Scintilla that we needed as well. And this thing is pretty peppy. It has quite the go juice to it. And we'll definitely be able to see how crazy that gets. But let's go ahead. Since we're in it, I'm going to go ahead and start. I have an issue with my mouse as well. I got to be honest. I've had it for several years. The little anti-slide pad by the thumb is coming off. And, I got to deal with that at some point. But that's a whole different thing. So let's go ahead. Pull up this, and since of course like I said we're in free roam, we can reset, we can have all this different stuff up. 1000 horsepower, We have a 0.619 PS to kg ratio, kind of a deal there. You can see all that in the bottom left. That is Pro J. There's a power to weight calculator thing. It's another one of those things where there's 3 different names for the mod, inside the mod and outside the mod and all that. Yeah, so it's a little bit nuts. Let's go ahead and take this guy on out. It does have the nitrous. We're going to go ahead and put it in velocity mode and put the nitrous on. Did damage something up in the front right there. Yeah, we got a slight hole. I think all of our cars are going to come down this way. And we're going to kind of get to see... Also, this is how you can search for in the packs. The release for the cars. You do have to click on expand configurations to be able to see them all. So this is all the cars in their different deals. There's 24 different here, and then there's like 2 of these and 2 of the T series, 2 of the T series, and yeah, so there's a good couple of cars. But we could just clear that. And this is what I'm thinking. We need something to create a good bit of a little crash here. So of course we are on 036. We don't have all the updated new stuff, so we got old cannons and larger old spinners. Yeah, hamster wheel that doesn't look so amazing, but that's okay. I think we're gonna do a flip ramp and a fridge. So let's get a large flip ramp. I'm gonna spawn new. Turn up the camera speed. Use Alt and scroll wheels. Shift C to go into free cam. And I feel like we want to wait just after this. So maybe we'll hit that there. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that. Hit insert. It'll drop it back down there. Then we'll grab a fridge and we'll stick it right in there as well. Maybe a couple of them or something like that. So we want something to kind of help toss things around a little bit, right? Let's see, maybe I could put the fridge. That was nearly perfect. So we could open up World Editor. Just move this over. So if you're ever trying to finagle with things like this, it's a little bit easier to just go in here. We hit the number 4 key. It goes to what's relative to here, making it easier to move. I also want to turn down my camera speed because it seems to be separate each way. And this is going to naturally fall. So I do want it to be like in that a good little bit. Height-wise, well, maybe we can get away with just sticking it right at the end and off to the side just a hair. Okay, I think that'll be good. That's enough playing around with that, right? And then we should be able to hit tab. Nope, gotta hit control tab to go back. We'll use Alt and down. We'll go to 8 times slow-mo. That fridge got obliterated, that's for sure. The ramp got obliterated. Standard BeamNG stuff. Goodbye to the scintilla for this season. So we'll go ahead and remove current. We're going to reset these guys. And we'll come on over here to the Rocket E. So, as you can tell, I've got the engine on. And it's electric. That's what I liked about this car. It's pretty cool because you can just do that. You can also change it to sport mode. And it'll keep the motor on. It will not turn it off. Fuel mileage was a big issue, though, with the car. It really guzzles it down bad. Even though it's a hybrid, you would think it wouldn't be so bad. It is horrendous. But we could see it has 723 horsepower, so it kind of makes sense. I knew it was fast, but I didn't think it was this fast, you know. I thought at 5.6 maybe. 600 horsepower maybe, so. See what kind of speed we can get here. Oh yeah, we pushed 200 right now. You're absolutely flying, that's for sure. And let's go shift and 4 so we can see this view. We'll go slow-mo, but I think we'll go 4 times because it was a little bit slow before. It looks like the ramp went with the bumper and actually is flying more than the car has. We actually did a full flip and landed on the wheels. That's... wow. ETKs are pretty safe cars. Considering what we just put it through, it did pretty good. Now we got the Driftmobile. This is the ETK 900 Drift Series. Drift car. 900 Series Drift car. It's got to warm up the rear tires a good bit here. Really does not like have enough power, it feels like, even though it's almost 700 up there, we can see just does not feel like it has the power. Maybe it has too much rear end grip. We definitely get some good speed going here. We'll go ahead and change, and I went right past it. So this is where I can go ahead and hopefully just change to right here. Nope. It used to be a thing where you could actually do that and maintain the speed, but we'll give it another shot because I went right past it. I wasn't watching where I was going. Should have went with a bigger ramp, right? Got a very nice flat torque curve to the motor, though. An initial inspection looks like the part that's hit the ramp is definitely going up. The part that has not hit the ramp really wanted to stay down. We're kind of crooked. So you go 4 times, shift 4, and yeah, it's pretty. Ooh, we just nailed the bottom side of that. Perfect. I wish we had a better angle. If you do want a different one, you can hit number 5 key, like you recenter the camera, and it'll change where we're looking. And that tire is actually on a roll there. It's really cruising. Might end up making it all the way down into the... oh, I don't know. I think it's going to hit the bush, and that's going to be that. Yep. We went into the bush, fell over, and it's done. TK900, not too bad. Definitely could use something to help the rear slide a little bit easier. Let me get our race car here. This is 280 horsepower, it looks like. I probably missed a great opportunity to put in a race ECU and let her actually zoom a good bit, but that's all good. 280 horsepower to 0.272 PS per kilogram, so not too slow. And now the game has decided to crash on me, so I'll be back in a little bit apparently. It says TS process crashed, so I'll be back. Okay, I did come back. I just loaded up the one car because I kind of understand where we are, where we can go from here. Let's go ahead and take it on down the highway, and we'll set up a different ramp this time. Something a little bit better, maybe. I did like the rollover kind of an aspect to it, but I'll set a big ramp, so maybe it'll go a little bit more fun. Maybe I'll go after the bridge there, too, so we can get some real air time on it. Car is pretty good. This has a lot of churn-in. I really didn't do much for tuning to it, so it's been set up out of the box very well. I feel like the rear end is a little wiggly, but it could also be due to me being on a controller, so. Let's kind of see what we could do for speed. Gotta push past 140 for sure. So we'll pause, we'll get our ramp out. We'll just go for that. Maybe we'll put it here, so maybe we can see if we can make it over that. Do some tuning to these as well. So a height scale, let's go like 250, and I want it a little bit longer, but I definitely want it wider. Let's just go 300% width. That'll be yeah, that'll be good. That's gonna really launch the car out of here. Not quite getting it lined up where I want it. There we go. Insert, so it's back on the ground again. We can head back to our car, and we'll get to see some awesomeness here. So yeah, the power really comes in after 7,000, it looks like. I'm just starting to touch that, but here we go. Yep, up and over. Remaining almost perfectly flat. Nothing too exciting. That would be this guy. So we'll go back into the search box. And we'll expand. There we go. So that was here in the AS100 platform, the Monica LD, but it shows a whole nother thing. It's different. We got to get to this guy. Which this is final. Okay. Go ahead and replace current. And I'm going to go ahead and set up something extra here. Because we definitely... I don't mind getting big air, but... Apparently this is a giant fridge now. What I really want is about right there. Yeah, we'll try to nail that. .565 horsepower, so it could definitely use it some more, but this thing really does great for how it's all set. you guys can see the speed a little bit better. Let's see, we'll go 2 times slower this time. We took the fridge. Oh, the camera's not watching. Managed to land back on the wheels. And we took the whole fridge with us, too. Where did the fridge end up going? We really took it with us. I do not know. Right there. With our front bumper. It is so broken that it has stopped rendering correctly. This car is amazing. But unfortunately, we're going to have to see it potentially in the next season if I decide to rebuild. Let's go like that, and then we can move on to that BX series. And it auto highlights when you do that expand configuration, so I forgot to. I'm used to always just spawn new when I'm free roam. So I spawn multiple vehicles. So you can hit that button, soft top goes back. The one little tiny bugs me thing is this pop right here. It pops in, but it's all good. And we don't have the windows that roll down. You see, we're actually 157 horsepower, which ain't bad, but it ain't great. This thing will move decently enough. I'm forgetting, I had a mod that I was messing with because I had some issues that I had undone, and we kind of heard a little bit there for a second. Dynamic audio muffling. Let's go ahead and put that back on. We'll hear the changes now. Doesn't look like it recognizes the top being down. But it does work with doors, so that's the good news there. I never changed the coloring of the headlights. I got custom RGB, and you can see that they're still blue and green. Just a little drift to try and save it there. You can see the blue and green on that. I never did finish this car either. Just a small turbo into it would have been fun. Come on now, car, you can shift. There we go. Oh, man. It took a moment. We also broke the ramp, the last one, so this might go not as good as expected, but, no, we did. And we slid right off of that and upside down. And we're still driving. No convertible top, nothing. It's flat, man. That's cool little car. Let's go ahead and take it back. Control E. Find our next victim, I suppose. The next one to send, which is going to be the Covette. So we'll hit replace current. Make sure I hit that correctly. And of course, this is the other car that I really enjoy as well. Just the sound of it. It is very loud, but it handles pretty good, but we can see there's a good bit of body roll, especially if we get in the car here. And that kind of affects the rear end as well. But it is all-wheel drive, 342 horsepower. Got some fancy headlights, so you can see in the tunnel pretty good. Gonna hit the wall? No? Oh my goodness. That was close, though. This thing does go fast for how much power it's got. .342 horsepower. We're gonna possibly break some speed, but there we go. See the headlights. There we go. Man, that was a good little bit of a roll there. Definitely got lots of speed. Let's reset the ramp and the fridge. And what do we have next to take a look at? We have the CS200 platform, the version 2 of the Monica LD. So we can replace current on that one. This one I'm a little bit more familiar with. I had it past couple of seasons, I want to say. Pretty good. Not exactly the same exact car, but doesn't corner as well as I would hope. But it has nearly 600 horsepower, so it does pick up. Nail that fridge. We definitely got a little bit more speed, but that shows you how fast the other car is, because we're about 300 more horsepower, 340 more horsepower, and we are not moving much faster. Do have downforce though. Let's go ahead slow-mo, and we're gonna watch from the camera view here. Take the fridge with us again. We are flying here. In fact, we might... We just stayed on the highway. I was thinking we might not, but we did. We're missing both the left wheels, but the right wheels are there. Roll cage kept the car from squishing too much on impact, but man, that thing took a good run. Right, now what do we have next? Of course, we have... This is going to be for a different deal. I got to go ahead and do this for... There we go. Kind of narrows down to what we actually need to see based on this season. So we have the D series. We have a couple of them. And I was going to show this later, but we'll go ahead and do it right now. So we'll hit replace current. We'll be able to see our tow rig. And I also have the advanced steering in there. So this thing has a very good turning radius considering what it is. And it has a lot of power. So I'm sure we'll get some good speed out of it here. Let's go ahead and put that bed back all the way. Tilt her up. And it has that kind of awesome diesel turbo deal going on. Gonna leave it about there for right now. We're just dragging it. So, oh my gosh, I didn't even look at the thing up there. 1,700 horsepower. I did not think I made this thing that ridiculous. I'll put it into its sport mode so that way it can hopefully hang in there a little bit better. Hoping to see a good little bit of speed, but I want to leave our ramp down to see how it affects the truck going off that ramp. we're gonna just go standard 4x slow-mo. Or not, because that got really loud, and I'll have to probably edit that, but man, that hurt my ears. That was... Okay, now we're just hanging out. Imagine driving down the underpass and you see a truck fall like that, just hanging there. I don't even know what I would do. I think I'd probably question if I'm seeing reality or not, to be honest. We really did a good number on that fridge, and the ramp too got really moved around. Yeah, that fridge is... I mean, definitely not doing anything anymore. And then let's see, we have the other D series. This one I was kind of mixed on. It's supposed to be a good off-road truck, and based off of one of the setups in there, but it just didn't quite do as well as I was expecting for me personally. Go ahead and turn off that. We got a limited slip rear, open differential in the front, but we are in 4-wheel drive. It has a good little bit of power at 605 horsepower, so that's decent enough there. Gotta be careful though, I know we don't have a whole lot for handling. Put it down. I do like the way it shifts with the Bastion dash in there. Oh geez, I grabbed the ramp, I went off the corner. I absolutely flung the ramp as well. And I imagine we could still drive this thing. It wouldn't be exactly driving straight. Yep, it does move. It's got a heavy left pull. Oh man, once I let it off, it is... And it rolls over. It says, please let me die, and I will. I'll let it rest. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and reset, and reset. And we're gonna go ahead and pop this back. We're gonna go to, we got the Ibishu Hopper, which is the better of the off-road vehicles, at least in the rock crawling aspect. And we only have 268 horsepower. About as much as I could do with the inline 6 here that I was given. Looks like possibly could use adjustment on the RPM on the top end to allow it to go higher. We're gonna roll. Yep, we did. I mean, it is an off-road truck. That's gonna happen. But we got all of the lighting. Maybe I needed that on. That we can blame it on that. I have limited slip front and rears on this, so if it's nothing too serious, it just doesn't mind. It just goes through to the problem. And it's getting some decent speed. Considering what we have here, it's pretty good. Not as destructive as I was hoping or thinking it would be. I mean, you look at it from this side, it doesn't look too bad. You know, the hood's a little bent. They do a whole lot. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Let's go ahead and pull this on back. So, yep, that's where we're underneath there. And let's see, what do we have next? Of course, we have the I series. This is the rally car. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's see, what do we have? 613 horsepower. This is the pretty quick one. Straight into third gear. Does have shorter gearing though. Definitely going to be topping out here. Of course, you got some rally lights on there, so you can see pretty good. And let's pull into the right here. Yeah, that's right, we got a 7-speed. Pull 160, 170 miles an hour out of it. Definitely could add more gearing to it as well. Ooh. I'm surprised. I was hoping that hitting that bridge there was going to do a lot more, but it didn't. You can see a no texture headlight. That does happen. I've been having some weirdness, like I said, since I've been trying to do this. I mean, that's surprisingly more intact than I was expecting. Maybe the two windows on the passenger side here are still intact. That's pretty crazy. We took out a whole fridge with that. All right, what do we got next, though? We have, let's see, we have the other Driftmobile, the diesel Driftmobile. And it's been quite a little bit since I brought this out. And it has traction control ability as well, which we don't necessarily need. But if we were to street drive it, 1,200 foot-pounds of torque. Too high of a gear for sure. The thing has a pretty steep fall off with the turbo there, so don't really get to see anything close to a red line on it. Managed to kill it too. Let's just reset. You can see our it just literally goes straight into 6th gear. It really likes to die, though, is the issue. Now we need to try and get some speed, but this thing is a very big deal for slipping, sliding, so I'm going to let the traction control try to help here. I'm going to put it into sport mode. Let's see what we can get out of it here. We have 7th gear, I forgot about that. This is also 7-speed. It's 200 miles an hour. Bit some slow-mo. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. We are flying. We might make it over the light pole here. It looks like, yep. Over that light pole, and we are on a decent trajectory. I think we'll be okay. We might just tumble a little bit. Get them brakes on. Yeah, it's a banana now. It has been bananified. That is for sure. I mean, that is crazy. But a very good drifter. It just takes a lot to get used to it. Let's go ahead and take the car on back to where we need to go. And right here. So we're going to be replacing that with the Civetta Legrand that I was talking about. And resetting all of this stuff. So yeah, it's got a little bit more of a bassy note to the exhaust, which is clipping, but I think it's all good. As a reminder, this is what happens too with that. Closed the door so hard it went into reverse. 600 horsepower, very nice. Goes straight to 9,000. After that, it turns off a lot of power there. I got a fair amount of grip as well with it, so it does do pretty good. It's a little bit tail happy, but very easily handleable even with that. If you see the fuel gauge, it is a fuel monster. I mean, we started out with a full tank, and it does overheat if you hit it too hard for too long. But we'll ignore that because we won't need to worry about it. Ooh, we're going off to the right side. Into the wall. Ooh, boy. That's crazy. We went off into the wall on that one for sure. The refrigerator has been sent over here to the on-ramp. Let's go ahead and reset. And what do we get next? Let's take a look at... So we have the MD series bus. This is what I use for some taxi missions as well. Put it in high gear, lock the rear diff. We got 1,000 horsepower and kind of surprisingly less torque. It is a gas motor, but I was figuring as big of a motor as I put in here, physical size. But I suppose this is where we're at. Can drift the bus. It's relatively doable. Tends to prefer a slow speed start though. I guess a wall start. Ooh, we just caught that doorway right there. Okay, let's go ahead and just set her real quick there like that. You gotta get it off the ramp and see how crazy this gets, because this thing also, with all this power, it does move pretty good. At least for a bus, it does. I wonder if what I can do is put the master amber both on. No. Can't figure out how to run the lights properly. Yeah, there we are. We got the stop sign, the rear door open. Ooh. It took it pretty well. It's only a little bit bananaed. But I'm surprised. The engine's still running pretty good. That's like barely even holding on. I do have radiator reinforcement in there, so that may have helped just a touch with that. But yeah, wow. This side is crazy. We can actually see emergency exit got ripped open. Back door was open. Now it got slammed shut and mangled together. That's pretty crazy. Stop sign's still hanging out just fine, though. That thing is sturdy. It stayed there just fine. And then I just ripped it off. Alright. And let's see. I think what I need to do... There we go. Use the home key. Keep forgetting about that. Let's take a look at what do we have next. So we have... Why did it do that? That was weird. There we go. Another high-powered beast of insanity here. Apologize for my squeaky chair. I've got to go and fix that again. Put some grease in there. And this thing kind of shifts similar to the red D series that we had. It's pretty good. This thing will have more speed than the bus, though. I have hauled loads with this in Italy. I've done some insane speeds down Italy. Kind of scary. We have a little bit of light, just enough to kind of see. And it does drift as well. Surprisingly well, with or without weight. With the weight kind of is difficult though, because you start to run into bouncing and then you can tip over. So yeah, we're already up pushing 140 now. I do have to reset the ramp. I never did that, and it was absolutely mangled up. And that fridge has been blasted into space, and we got hung there. Bins flying everywhere. Not quite enough speed to get off, up and out. I think part of that is just because of our weight and squishing the ramp. We can see it's a little crooked back in there. Okay. And then we have the Miramar. All right. Little race car, 803 horsepower. Just a little race car. Got nitrous in here, not a turbo. I thought it was turbo. Did I say it was turbo? Maybe I did. I do have traction control set up as well to help a little bit. And I think, yeah, we got a race mode as well. So the rear end does get a little squirrely that way, but this little Miramar is insane, though. I got some decent headlights on it. Cornering ability is incredible too with it. it a 7-speed? Oh man, that would take that with us, and we're flying. Wow. Yeah, good ways off, of course, because of that fridge there, honestly. Managed to make it all the way on over to here. And, is that the front bumper piece or something? Front fascia piece? Just sitting there spinning away? I mean, not too bad. I think this thing could easily hit, 240 miles an hour with the right gearing and setup with it. With the power that it has and the way it's set. This thing is very fun to race on the track. Tires do wear out very quick, though. But that's kind of what you get with that. Let's see. I'm looking at it because it shot the picture through the bus, but it's the Bruckle 9. So this is a police vehicle. I was trying to comprehend that picture. I was like, what am I looking at here? This is a police vehicle that we have. And very classic style. 158 horsepower, though. So it's not exactly fast. But it's not exactly slow. These things do not come with any option for sway bars, so things like that can happen. Or we nearly roll over. But it does get up and move. I mean, its speedometer, I'm surprised it even goes to 90. But it does, and we push well past that. Until that gearing runs out. I have a lot of grip on the tires too, so that's why it's so unmaneuverable. Of course, only a 4-speed. The tires aren't even anything more than sport tires, I believe, so it's too crazy, but we top out at 96, so I mean, we don't even break into triple-digit speeds. We do have 5 pounds of boost to help a little bit there. I do wish they would fix the engine sound because you can hear it looping. Yeah, that would definitely stink to ride in that. It'd be fun for the speed, but man, the cornering capabilities are not there for it. I see the engine's almost fully disconnected there and wobbling around as well. It's a pretty good little police chaser, though. Like, it does very good for catching the AI. Maybe a little bit better on the gearing for West Coast, but on East Coast where I had it, it was perfectly fine. It managed very well. It did what I needed it to do. We caught suspects, and we didn't have too much of a difficulty either. Now we'll go and grab the Pessima rally car that we have here. And again, I did that whole thing of spawning new. So I'm going to remove current. This one's not quite as fast, only 459 horsepower. But I feel like it drives better than the I-Series. Also does have longer gearing, maybe longer than it should, but it's not bad. Of course, we got rally lights, so we got all of the light, we can see everything. Camber has kind of been an issue of chase with the vehicle. I can't quite get it right. The front camber is not great at all, as we can see there. But we do have 7 speeds, and we push 158. I kind of took it gracefully, honestly. Not too bad. You can see a little bit of a tiny notch, maybe, right about 5,700 right there. And that's that beautiful SR Tech. This thing just sounds beautiful like that. Let's go ahead and reset the ramp and fridge and take a look at what's next, which would be the Pessima Zenith here we have. I thought I had a turbocharger on this. No, it was just straight 200 horsepower. Like I said, kind of a daily cruiser, nothing too super hyper fast or anything like we just kind of had for the past little bit. But it is capable and does pretty good. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Getting up to 120. I do like the mirrors being up in the front there. The dash is pretty nice. It is a little bit like weird looky unless I zoom in like that. It's pretty good. We head off and we're gonna hit the pole right here. Oh, this will be a really good one for slow-mo. Really slow-mo. So we're gonna wrap around that pole there. Yep. The front end managed to pull it around a little ways there. Everything's done and we got a limousine. Right? Extra long car. Then the fridge comes back flying through. It's not too bad of a car. I mean, a good little daily cruiser type of a deal. Nothing too exciting or special other than that. Just does what it needs to do. We got the Ibishu Saga here as well. This guy, 431 horsepower with a turbocharger. That VX4, so it's got a flat 4. Maybe I put in the 6 in it. I cannot remember 100% if I updated the tags on it or not, if I changed the motor or not, kind of a deal. Either way, 431 horsepower is pretty good. I've got another freeze of the game for no reason, so be right back. All right, coming back. New change of scenery. Decided to make things a little bit different this time. Got a cinder brick and a larger ramp yet. Still kind of see our cornering coming onto the ramp here. Maybe I should have put it further down. I mean, the car does pretty good. It gets some good speed and everything like that. Let's see. Go on over here. Gonna reset the ramp and the bricks. Go into World Editor. Gonna go ahead and grab both of them. And hit number 4, so we're relative. And I'm gonna drag this down little ways here. Pause the game so that way we can also get this lined up good. And if you hold control, you can do some really fine adjustments here with the other guy. So 1, 2, and 3 will change position, rotation, and scale if available. So we make sure we exit out that way. And our brick wall is right there. And our ramp is falling into the ground. So we gotta go. Put the bricks right about here. That should work good. Oh, I hit the insert button. That's gonna have a bounce, I bet. Yep. That's okay. We'll be all right with that. Let's go ahead and go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and go ahead. And I've gotten a little stutter there. Grab our scintilla, right? I did that one. I believe I did that one. Yes, we did do that one. Okay. Otherwise, we got a couple of T-Series trucks here. So now we should hopefully be able to get a little bit of speed up here. This guy does not have a lot of power. It's only 790 horsepower, so not a big deal, right? None of the alt keys actually toggle any of this stuff down here. I don't remember if this is just 5-speed or if I did put something bigger in for gearing. Just 5-speed, so we're going to go right up as far as it'll let us go for all of the speed that we can get, which is 73, 74. It is 0.58 PS per kg, so this thing really doesn't have a lot of power per weight. But I handled it rather gracefully. Got all kinds of air stuff going off there. I think that's the air suspension and everything. And I mean, we lost our front everything for panels and all that. The hood and everything. We actually have a spike there. Oh, I'm surprised we managed to get some spikeage out of that. But it isn't too bad. This thing is for RLS and the ability to add cargo here in the back. So it's a pretty good deal that way. Let's go ahead and grab the last vehicle, which is the regular hauler T-Series, which of course I hit spawn new. And that guy should have a little bit more go juice here. We can actually put on all of the extra goodies here to make sure we get power down pretty good. So you can see 1,500 horsepower, 3,000 pound-feet of torque. This truck, I don't think has had a load yet that it really couldn't move because of power. It's always been traction. We really are getting a boogie on here. We're in the 9th gear. This is all we have. Hit 126. Blasting through the bricks there. We lose our... We get some more spikies there. So the bricks and the T-Series in 036. Interesting. And we're on fire now. But that's it, guys. That's all of the vehicles. We've gone through them all, and really isn't anything more to it beyond that. I'll be making sure to get the pack up a little bit later, hopefully when the video releases, but maybe, if not, maybe a couple days after. That'll be hopefully the goal for that. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to see the next season, season 5 of BeamNG Drive Career Mode with the RLS Career Overhaul mod, as well as several others, make sure to subscribe. I've also got some other stuff planned on coming out here for season 4 finale type of a deal. This is the official finale. Then I'm going to do some racing, different tracks like I've mentioned, things like that. So definitely come on by, check it out. But that'll be it for today. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.